Hi, everybody. Happy Sunday. Today is the beginning of a new week, and I just wanted to drop a quick video to talk about the most important relationship you will ever have, and that, of course, is with yourself. I want to make sure that we know how important it is to have a healthy self-love. Because when you don't love yourself, you can't love anyone else, and it's hard for other people to also love you. A lot of our low self-esteem and negative feelings towards ourselves stem from childhood wounds. It's a good idea to take some time and think about how much you love yourself. What are your greatest character traits and attributes? What do you feel like was your greatest accomplishment in life? Just really sit there and be your biggest fan for as long till you get tired of it. Spend an hour, 2 hours, just really thinking about how great you are. And if that's hard for you, you get a strange feeling, a feeling in your gut, or you hear a voice, you hear something in your head like, no, you say, oh, I'm such a wonderful person, and then you hear a voice say, no, you're not. Stop and address it and find out where it's coming from. What happened in your childhood that has made you feel like you're less than? It's really hard to have a healthy relationship with other people when you don't have a healthy relationship with yourself. And a lot of people don't take time to heal from things that have hurt them in the past and that they've carried with them through their entire life. Now, I will use me for an example. I have childhood abandonment issues. And no, I was never truly abandoned. But there were times when the adults that I felt like should not leave my life left for a period of time for whatever reason. And it made me feel like that was how life is. When you love someone, they're going to leave you. So because of that, I formed unhealthy coping mechanisms, which started before I even hit puberty. I decided I didn't want to let people get close enough to me to be able to hurt me. And without even knowing it, that's how I carried on all my relationships. I always kept a wall between me and other people to make sure that they would not abandon me. And I even preemptively would abandon people if I thought they were going to abandon me. And as long as I was doing it and never really looked at it, it didn't seem like it was anything wrong with it. Of course, to the people that I'm not treating correctly, it's something wrong. But to me, it was just like, well, once I really looked at it and understood how a healthy relationship is supposed to work, I realized that, I have a problem that I need to address, because there's something unhealthy in my emotions that keep me from allowing someone to get close to me and allowing myself to get close to other people, all out of fear, which fear is not a high vibrational state, and it's not our natural state. Fear comes from self-imposed limitations and society indoctrinations on us. We're not born in fear of something. That's why you see babies will pet a dog, or if babies aren't afraid of animals, until they are hurt by an animal, or someone yells at them or tells them this animal will bite you or something. We're not naturally afraid of anything. And it's so vitally important to get to a state where you're okay with looking at the things in your life that are not healthy, and you make the decision to change it. And it's not easy to change. When you've been doing something for 20 plus years, 10 plus years, 30 plus years, 50 plus years, however many years you've been using these unhealthy coping mechanisms, it's not going to be overnight you're finished. You're just healthy with everything now. No. But it's worth it to put in the effort, because it's your life and it's your emotions. And so what better way to live your life than being full of love for yourself? And you're so full of love for yourself that it overflows to other people. You don't have any choice but to let your love overflow, because that's what you're filled with. So when you get to that state of being, you're actually impervious to negative occurrences, situations, emotions, because only love is coming from you. And it's possible to get to that state. I truly believe such. And the first step is to recognize where you need help in, and not pretend that everything's okay. We tend to do that instead of facing our emotions and how we feel about ourselves and our lives and other people. We drink alcohol, or we smoke, or we go find someone else to distract us, or we distract ourselves with TV, or we overeat, or it's so much unhealthy things that we do to try to distract ourselves from what we need to be doing, which is healing. And I'm not lecturing, because I do the same things, and it's a step-by-step process of changing the way that you're doing things and healing from the inside out, so that you can be at your highest vibration and you can have a divine perspective on every situation and scenario in your life. So when people look at you, they look at you almost like you're a god, because nothing is affecting you and everything is affected by you. So it's possible to heal from your childhood wounds. One thing that you can try doing is think of a scenario that may have happened in your childhood that may have been some kind of turning point. Maybe somebody teased you in school. Let's say you were playing an instrument and somebody told you that you suck at this instrument, so you never played it again. You gave up on that instrument. And ever since then, you hated music. And now's the time to go back to that time when the person told you that and hurt you so bad you didn't want to play the clarinet or whatever anymore. And comfort your childhood self. Tell your childhood self that it's okay, and that you're not a bad clarinet player, and that you're going to learn to play the clarinet. You're going to be the best clarinet player ever. And hug your childhood self. And then forgive that person that hurt you. And then change the scenario in your head. Imagine that you picked the clarinet back up and kept playing it. These are the ways we can heal from those situations. Our minds are so powerful. You can imagine yourself into happiness the same way you're imagining yourself into being miserable. So just try it and see, what happens. Like, what do you have to lose? Nothing. All right, guys. I love you.